Well, I was thinking lately of so much information, so much data, so much meeting, so much everything. How is everybody doing today on this Saturday, September the 27th? I'm so very happy, glad to be before you tonight on this special event that marks the beginning because on September 1st we start our new fiscal year at my group of companies and especially at the Agile Lounge that was going to be about today, but with some kind of novelty that we're going through together. And I'm so excited. I think we live in an amazing time of true innovation and let's admit it, let's be authentic, let's be frank. I'm not just like a positive pinky orange sunglasses. We have to admit that it's a troubled time. We are back to a VUCA like never before in every sphere of our societal life. Let's say it like this. But today it's about this beginning. It's a new beginning for us, for the Agile Lounge we started on September 1st, the 10th years. That's why you see the X, the Roman digit number for the number 10. So it's not 10 years of celebration. We're going to do this in 2026, somewhere along the run, when we founded it officially with the name on August 23rd, 2016. But nevertheless, in our book, in our way of doing these cycled, fiscally, innovatively, and everything, we are going into this kind of 10 year already, because that's the thing. When it's your birthday, actually, yes, you could celebrate your 20 years old, but you are starting your 21st years old. So for those who don't know me, and I'm going to put it in French, even if today is the English version of my kind of a kickoff for my new year of that group of company. And we're going to talk about majorly two company tonight, the Agile Lounge, astonishing and lavish kind of evolution for its 10 years of operation, and of course the new Adrienne agency with all the stuff AI, or is it? So je suis Frédéric. It's Frédéric Joly or Jolie. Yeah, I know my friend colleague. And by the way, when I was in Austin earlier this year with my team, so I salute Mick Callister, Bo Mancinsta, Brigetta Ostaliano, Pino Calque, Elizabeth, that will be a little bit with us today somewhere in Croatia. She made some video with her voice enhanced by AI, not our Adrienne yet. We're going to see it later tonight. And I think Anna is also watching very late from Poland. Thank you to be there. These are my team. We say virtual team because most of my team are digital nomad. I've got only Jonathan here on the south shore of Montreal that is with me in this country, but everybody else is in Austin, Texas. Elizabeth is right now in Eastern Central Europe. She might go to Prague, Slovakia. Is it Slovakia? Because for me, I was like Czechoslovakia, but I know I'm old school. And of course, my dear Anna Gorski, she's in Poland right now. And funny fact for those who are in our inner circle or VIP network, who are not just professional networking, but some of our friends, Anna Gorski has nothing to do with my childhood and BFF, Jacek Gorski. Gorski, apparently, it's like Tremblay in Quebec or Smith in some part of the United States or Springfield, who knows. But anyway, it's a beautiful family name that I think it's mean like hill or mountain or something like this. That's what I heard from both families that share the same family name. But in my case, it's Jolie. And as my American fellow friends and clients says, is July. So let's get started with this presentation tonight, because yes, it's a more presentation. Of course, it's unscripted as always. and the way of the Dairy and Agile podcast. But we still have, and once again, I'm going to have to touch a little bit. It's better like this. So, live soon, I hope. I hope not. Okay, I was scared a little bit because when it's live and authentic and like this, and just let me get back to my first thought. When we say I'm really excited for this year, this 10 years of excellence that we try to provide. We have right now 5 clients on the go with Keep Occupy, 2 of my consultant and myself. It's been a while that we didn't been busy like this, plus all the things that we dropped, and we're going to talk later with this new Adrienne project of mine. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So despite we feel all together as a team, and myself as the owner and entrepreneur, and that I really feel some kind of an optimistic but realism. The market is hard. It's hard here in the West. It's hard also in our place in Latin America. All the expansion we dreamed of in 2018, 2019 didn't happen. We don't blame anyone. We don't blame ourselves either. It's circumstances of a lot of things that we can't control. And the world is changing. The world is moving. So that's why we aim to put this energy of ours to a new era that begins today for us and for myself and my group of company, and professionally speaking. And 2025, let's be a little bit off professionalism a little bit. Let's just be let's be honest. Let's be and the possibilities, the everything that could happen. I had several friends and a lot of people in my family, including my mother, who are what we could call a little bit occultist and esoteric. And, I start 2025 telling you that we should unleash the phoenix within us. And it's going to be also the new branding of our group of companies, especially at AFJ Holding Group. We're going to have this, we had letters since 2023, just AFJ, kind of mimicking like a simplicity. But now I want that phoenix, and Elizabeth drew me a beautiful phoenix. I think sometimes you saw it on our podcast here, especially on Rumble and YouTube. And tonight I would like to welcome exclusively the people of my growing YouTube channel. We just hit 1150 just before going live. So this is amazing because it was 1140 something all month long. We didn't go too much this summer, and now we reach again the 1150. I'm so happy. And LinkedIn, we have almost 3,000 followers right now. Yes, follower plus the networkers. And Rumble, it's really little, but still. But tonight, it's only on YouTube and the LinkedIn page of Agile Lounge. And I would like to say that tonight, it's not just about Agile Lounge. Mainly, the course is Agile Lounge. But as you could see on your screen, this is the logo since 2016. A very nice martini thing. Or is it the symbol of science? Who knows? It's both. Created by Stephen Rice, that I miss a lot. I worked with him for about 13 years, from Mondose Production all the way to Agile Lounge. Really great man. Now he's occupied with other things, and I respect that. But he created this logo, and of course with these kind of letter stuff. So as you could see, we kind of evolved too. We didn't use the funky time. Tim, inspired by the Launch King, my great friend in Mexico, in Morales. I salute you if you pass through here. Mr. Launch King, I love you. Love you so much. I hope you're doing well. So it was inspiring because the launch culture is important. And now, as you could see from the orange, we go to the purple. So that's why I'm dressing. So the purple will be the signal of our innovation. It will be the signal of not the transformation, but our transform action, moving on to this new era that begins today for us. And today for us, September 1st, even if it's 2025 in the Gregorian calendar, we are already for us on paper, fiscally speaking, in 2026. So this is why I'm kind of moving on 2026 already. Our first semester is September to December, so that's the only one in 2025. 2025, it's a thing of the past for us, so we're moving on to this new era. And as I was saying, if we open ourselves a little bit in this introduction before going into our improved solution and services and our new stuff that launch for real this year with new investment and everything, so I'm so excited about it. And I've got creator with me, all freelancers. We are a group of independent freelancers. We build each other and we build with each other. This is what it's amazing at the AFJ group, holding of company and independent creative workers and professional. So I'm a sucker for story of numerology. And 2025, it's a number 9. And when I was thinking, and I look back in my 30 years of career, not my life, of course, but my 30 years of career that I will mark this year, 2026, I could say that about 1996, my first kind of real incorporated business in Europe with my DJ agency, Nocturnal, in Space 7 in London, Frankfurt, Germany, and Ibiza, Spain. That was great. So that marked 30 years. 5 years later, I was like a kind of a CX UX designer for Worldwide Call Center. And I became a Scrum Master in November of 1999. So that's what brought me to this Agile world. But for me, it's always been more lean, even if I'm not lean anymore like I was back then. And I was always a sucker for Scrum. And I realized since 1996, all the way up to 2026, that my cycle of 5 years became a cycle of 9-10 years. And when you add up the numbers and you create the one primal number in numerology, it's kind of a occult science, I realized that the year 9 was the end of something. And I truly feel like 2026, that I can, as I said, for us, it's kind of beginning right now. Is a number 1 because 10 make 1. It's always a single digit in numerology. You're always looking for the number 1 to 9. There's no 10, there's no 11, there's no 13. 13 is a 4. So those people like me who love number 13, it's a 4. If you love number 16, it's a 7. So that's why having a year 1, it's going to be amazing. And when I look back, I started drawing the concept of an Agile Lounge back in 2015, which was 5, 6, 7, 8. 2016 was a year 9, was founded. So it's kind of odd because I started something into a end of a cycle. And I'm telling you that because a lot of people signal that they have an issue because they're auto-sabotage themselves. They self-sabotage, as I say in English. And they think it's their fault. They take the blame for everything. And some others will point finger at society, the market, the everything and everything. But the truth is, it's all at once. Like we are a multi-dimensional and a multi-person experiencing life and experiencing work and the present and future of work. So, and we are kept in a cycle and we have to break the cycle. And early in the calendar year, in January, February, I was already excited. Even if it was not going well for us and for me, I never try. I knew I made a lot of noise. And today, I'd like to cut the noise and I'd like to go to signal more the real thing. I don't need to invest millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars into the CAC, the client acquisition costs. We lower it. So we lower a lot of things except our rate, but we didn't rise our rate either. So I hope that starting this year, we're going to start having more interesting and valuable clients that need a new experience and need our wisdom, our capability to bring them into a next level. So tonight it's about it. It's a real beginning because the energy is there. And that's what we are going to see tonight. And we start with what we launched kind of quietly in 2024, the Agile Intelligence, which is a kind of a rebranding, but also a new science of business intelligence combined with artificial intelligence that we develop in the lab in Tulum, in our office in Cancun, to apply it to the digital transformation and business optimization requested by more and more of our clients right now. So, in a nutshell, as we mentioned on our website at agile-lounge.com and the services section, it's truly like we deliver the real Agile assessment that doesn't take 2-3 weeks like a lot of our competitor, a lot of other agencies that will make you spend almost $30,000 for assessment and a report. No, with Agile Intelligence and our ATA4 approach, that we still keep that science behind, the substantive approach and empirical approach of inspect and adapt, to get your teams collaborating to assess your Agile maturity. It's all about self-organizing at the get-go when we question your team. And I'm going to do this week to a new client of ours. And I hope they're going to like this workshop because it's a workshop in person. Yes, we send an auto-evaluation, and I'm going to show you very soon how it's looked right now, all the way we built it with the Sonnet network and with our own Tenet network. So Claude and Adrienne working together to help us fasten the process and save a lot of money to our client, because in 3 days we do everything, including the interviews. But of course that requires us to have a great services contract and the capacity of our client to give us their attention for 3 days to meet all the CEO or the C-level, should I say, the director and the team or teams, depending. So instead of doing it, and of course, if the volume of teams is too far, we do it iteratively. But really in 3 days with Agile Intelligence, we could do the interviews, some one-on-one, plus the self-assessment that our new stuff, our new analyzer will help us fasten the process. And of course, we have our analysis that corrected, and we write ourselves the report, and also we create the suggestion and proposition on how to make their adoption of agility, the lean thinking, or the SCRUM way of delivering ourselves. So it's all about this assessing of the Agile maturity through a dynamic workshop, as I just mentioned, conversation, and anonymous surveys. Plus, we're partnering with an AI-driven solution to enhance evaluation and recommendation after we think about it. And so for us, we do a draft and we refine it, and we ask our Agile Intelligence through Adrienne and Claude to refine the analysis. And by the way, back in the day when I created it in 2013, all the way up to 2019, I needed 2 business analysis to go through it with Sage or Snowflake, and it was taking years and years and years, and the paperwork was too much and whatever. And I was not really always satisfied with that. Now, the funny thing is I have only one analysis that gather it, and what we do is very simple. And let me show you right now here, if I can. Oh, excuse me a second. I thought that was ready, guys. Sorry, blooper. Blooper, it's not there. Also, okay, just a second. Let's do it properly. Oh, sorry, it's me. It's me, guys. Okay, I apologize. That's my fault. I didn't see that it was not fully branded yet. So that's my fault. So here you have it. So this is our, okay, that's right now it's only in French because it's internal use. But this is amazing because we do a form now, whether it's with SurveyMonkey or Google Form. We extract the data into an Excel sheet and we put on the LSEC sheet right over there. And the instruction is very simple for any of our analysts that doing the work. So the spreadsheet is the result of an assessment of 10 domains, from team communication to testing to deliverability to organization support to organization flexibility, everything, okay? The 10 domains of any organization or any enterprise that like to see how much agile in terms of the adjective, don't think about a methodology. You know, I don't believe that agile is a method or a methodology. It's an adjective. It's a qualificative adjective that you use as a value, as a culture-driven mindset to create new approach and new principle of work. So these scaling is based on that, and we use the Shuari type of mindset for the evaluation process that goes through, and you just have to actually upload the result because every participant will choose an affirmation on the left and an affirmation on the right, scale 1 to 8, and on each domain. So it's going to create an average and score for the domain to identify if this one it's beginner, some definition or measurement ready, or they are expert and they don't need our help. And we're going to focus the rest of the mandate on those who are beginner or non-existent. And this is true objective and it's anonymous because people could say exactly what they think without fearing to be pointed finger, which is anti-Scrum. It's an anti-pattern of Scrum to point finger and denounce and everyone. But nevertheless, people are people and they need to be protected, and a Scrum Master like me is there to protect them. That's why we do it anonymously. And of course, they will also make the 11th section, it's a comment. And in the comment, now with this Claude Adrienne Sonnet, we are able to create cloud words with, if there's a words that come from more people of the team, in that case, we arrive with some kind of a mixture of prioritization already, visually speaking. So, and this gives us like the maturity, really personal, and we're gonna do a human intervention of analyzing this and presenting it to the team. So this is great because that tool that you see on your screen, that is internal to us for now, but soon, because I just purchased AskAdrienne.ai, we're going to try to also provide it to any coaches or any Scrum Master out there for a little fee. Because back in the day, the analysis with Sage X cost us an average of $90 an hour to create the report. And of course, that was not billed to the client. We consume it and we promise it to the client. For the client, it was just a deliverable, an artifact. But in the back end, let's say my consultant, just numbers like this, was paid $100 an hour. So he was losing. He was actually in that activity. Even if he charged $100, we had to pay $90 to the other consultant who was doing the work. With this tool now, automated, with our Agile Intelligence, with Adrienne, with the help of Anthropic, boom! Yup. That's that. So I'm really amazed about this. I'm so very happy about this, that we achieve this improvement. And that's why Agile Intelligence, it's a promise of 3 days of assessment, fasten the process with a better quality analysis from a human being that catch what's going on after. And we could do it with the client in collaboration with the client. So that was for Agile Intelligence. But before we move on, I think I would like Elizabeth to tell you more about everything we could do with that service. And by the way, when you're going to see later, we are for the on-demand as a service consultancy. So you don't need a big contract of 1 year with one of our consultants. We could do it iteratively and sprint. And that could be the only thing you purchase with us. We give you our recommendation. And if you'd like to move along with us, I'm more than happy to provide the next steps. But if you just want to do it internally because whatever the maturity score you're going to have, that's fine too. Or if you want to go to another Scrum Master to implement it, whether internally or externally, I'm good with that too. So this is how it's going. So let's hear from Elizabeth right now. That's going to be the first time I'm doing this. I hope it's work. You'll tell me. So let's hear it from Elizabeth. So she created that video with her voice using, of course, AI. We have to tell it. But it's all our composition of the word. And that explains you in 1 minute, visually speaking, what is the entire services, professional services of our Agile Intelligence at Agile Lounge for this 10 years.
This is why you need Agile Intelligence by Agile Lounge. Created by Alexander Frederick Joly. It's your ticket to smarter decisions and strategic agility. Agile Intelligence is your secret weapon for better decision-making and strategic agility. Imagine leveraging data-driven insights combined with agile principles to help your business adapt to change more effectively. It's like having a crystal ball for your organization's future. Agile Intelligence focuses on improving your organizational agility through continuous learning, real-time feedback loops, and aligning your teams with overall business goals. The best part? It comes with powerful tools like the Agile Team and Organization Assessment, ATA4, which evaluates your current practices and pinpoints areas for improvement. By adopting Agile Intelligence, you can anticipate challenges, make informed decisions, and optimize your Agile transformation processes. So, are you ready to transform your organization? Dive into Agile Intelligence by Agile Lounge today.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Marinari, for this. She's my head designer, my head service and design experience consultant at the group of AFJ, because she do more than just Agile Lounge. So this is our new improve from ATA4 to Agile Lounge, Agile Intelligence. So I'm really proud to deploy it. The client that we do right now in Quebec is the 26th one to use this improved way of doing this. And I can wait for Tuesday to do the workshop with them and present them the first part, because yes, even in consultancy, we do the Scrum way, iteratively speaking, with an increment after an increment. So it's going to be their first increment after a week of survey and so on. So usually I said we could do it in 3 days, and it's going to be a contract of about a week to do it together, depending on the capacity of meeting the key people of your organization, including the teams that will be affected by the improvement or evolution of their use of any agility in the enterprise or in the software development sector. Now, moving on, a little bit of classic now after this novelty. The Agile Lounge, for its 10 years of operation, we have still our great Build Your Own Scrum created by Adam Weisbart that we are authorized in Creative Commons to perform. We do it in French, English, and Spanish in Canada, Quebec, Mexico, and United States, of course. So this is a very, very good, and for that, let's go to our main boutique, especially for the Canadian market, which is still using Eventbrite, which is better than any others. So as you could appreciate it, so we still have this Build Your Own Scrum. It's a very good Friday morning type of slow Friday after a week of work. If you'd like to, by the way, this one it's an interactive workshop, okay, of Lean Scrum. By practicing it, you learn it this Lean Scrum way. And these pictures are real pictures. They are not AI generated picture here. These are real people, real client that I think I did this workshop myself, and maybe Jonathan, if you were here. We did this. This is a kicker. This is a bestseller, especially since 2018. And of course, we never did it virtually because Adam, the creator of it, when we try with many people, many other Scrum Master at Scrum Alliance, to actually propose a virtual model, it says no. And I couldn't understand because this have to create a team building. They have to do some craftsmanship. They could even use their computer to create something right away, because that's one thing I'd like to signal right away on the get-go. All of our workshop you go out, whether it is the public workshop like this, because this is not part of our professional services. These are part of our training workshop for the public. So you could hire us into your enterprise. We could do it while we do a mandate into your enterprise, but you could also truly enjoy it. Here in Montreal is at the Crew Collective. In New York, we do it at the Bryant Park. In Austin, Texas, it's at the Brazo, what is it? Like in the Brazo Center of Innovation in downtown Austin. And we do it also in Tulum and Cancun. Right now in person, and I think soon Michael Brandon will do it again in Phoenix, Arizona. We can wait for that, and I can wait to go back to Phoenix. I love that town. I love my experience that I had there. So anyway, build your own Scrum. It's a great 3 hours. If you took it on a Friday morning with your team, just give them a break, and that's good for beginner, medium learner, and advanced, because they could actually revisit the base, the foundation of Scrum by just crafting something new. And we add on, with the permission still of the creator, some link with what we're going to see later in our new improved services of Scrum with AI, because it's needed right now. The Scrum Master have to collaborate with some kind of AI assistants, as well as the product owner. And so that's the reality of our new era. We are not in the .com of 2000. We are on the .ai of 2025 and 2030 right now. I'm still thinking about this. And speaking of AI, we have our very new since the spring of 2025. And there we did a lot of training with a lot of things. And by the way, I'm really impressed because both the Austin workshop and the Montreal workshop, right now it's 90% team of women, especially from marketing, finances, human resources, that I prefer to call people and culture. So this is amazing because right now, our clientele, whether it's a small group, a team, or individual, 90% were women, try to learn advanced prompting or general AI prompt engineering mastery. And we have right now 5 runners, 2 in the United States, 3 in Canada, for our services of AI Enterprise that we're going to present it a little bit later if you stick with us. So, but these training were a kickoff. It's still, we prolong the 2-for-1 because we sell so much that we say, why not cutting the price? So bring a friend or pay 50% off for your training. And by the way, all of our training here for the Montreal area and even Ottawa, we do it in French as well. And I think we're going to have training in Spanish coming soon, for all of these. But if you are in Mexico and United States, it's mostly in English from our trainer, capability and mastering. And of course, the creme de la creme, crafted and interactive for talent recruiter. It's our Talent Agile, the future of work, that was improved for its 3rd version. So this is, again, another nice 3-4 hours for recruiter, people, and culture that are interested in knowing the deep core of any role that could be agilized, and of course the core role of Scrum. If you'd like to hire the greatest Scrum Master, the greatest product owner, take our course, because we do simulation of interview. We provide you with templates of recruitment, job description, everything. We do also all the creation of a chief product officer, product manager, product owner, product director, product everything. Okay? So we are here to help you with the help of Roman Pitchler, the godfather of product management and OKRs, which is Objective Key Result. So I'm very, very, very happy to have this with us. And yes, I asked to have my dear mentor and late friend that I miss so much, Michael Beadle, pointing the fact that we evolve, because he always told me, and let's remember together, Mike Beadle always told us that never stop learning. We have to be a shark in this red ocean, unfortunately, to aim to a blue ocean. And that's why he will say, like, and if we have to name it other thing, we'll name it other thing. So this is the cutting edge training and workshop, mostly workshop in our case, because we want it to be practical. We want it that you learn. And when you get out of our 3 hours, 1 day, 3 days of workshop, you already have artifact ready, especially in Scrum and Kanban. You could have your backlog or your value list. You could have your sprint ready item for the sprint backlog. We do workshop with your real stuff. That's why we sign NDA and confidentiality stuff. We want you to be fully satisfied at the Agile Lounge. It's not just train. It's not theoretic. It's not a presentation. You do things. That's why the build your own Scrum, it's very amazing. And don't ask for virtual for this one yet. The other could be performed virtually. And of course, when I said like why I put my late mentor in that picture, not just because he pointing the innovation, the novelty that we improve, but the patterns and practice of the Open Leadership Network also that we pair with them. We have 3 types of training and business agility for everyone and every department of your enterprise or company. With leadership invitation-based change, agreement-based change. So it's a mix of everything Enterprise Scrum from Mike Beadle taught us, plus Daniel Mizik, amazing 8 patterns of open business agilities. And when we taught you the cycle of this open business agility 8 patterns adoption, you created better value into your organization. And I do believe that this is kind of really great. If you really want to innovate, you really want to engage your employees and your workers, and you really want to satisfy your client. And when I say client here, it's both the internal client that requires something from your software shops, your apps and IT shop, plus the client that those clients serve for you to earn money and to lower your CAC, again, the client acquisition costs, because that's the kicker. All right. Oh, and now, again, my innovation to perfection. I create a lot of enemies. A lot of my competitors hate me for it, but the CFO and the financial director of any company, small, medium, or large, they love it so much. Lawyers, sometimes they tend to not understand our services offer. So here is the CaaS. It's simple. It's consulting and or coaching agility as a service. This is my little baby from 2017. Great expansion. And as I said, when we pitch it to CIO, Innovative Officer, and CTO, Transformation Officer, and they bring the CFO, Financial Officer, the Financial Officer says, hey, this is it. Because this guy, you see, Agile Intelligence could be a CaaS, because we're going to consult as a service to evaluate and assess your maturity and make you proposal of work. That could be upcoming sprint for you to deploy these recommendations. So this is the flexibility and our expertise on demand. So we do a very agile leadership, agile management, agile contract, sales with agile, simple, clear services contract that will include appendices. And each appendices, it's a CaaS. And each CaaS, there's no termination term, because the CaaS itself, it's a term. It's a term of 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 6 months. No 1 year. And if you want more, if you want to go to the next level, if you want to go to another iteration, and you'd like to pursue your journey with us, we're more than happy. We don't have to do the contract again. The contract is already there. The NDA is already there. The confidentiality, security is already there. We just add an annex. Sorry, in English it's appendices. So the new CaaS come into play with the new terms. But it's still contractually the same rate, unless we have an increase in rate because of the inflation, because of who knows what. So we're going to do just an addendum to the main contract, but these are the CaaS. So it's very simple. And if you don't want to contract with us, you really clearly, you sure that you just need a CaaS or a lawyer at work something, especially for Canada right now. In the United States, we're still in process of thinking about it with the regulation. And the regulation sometimes for professional services sales change state by state. So maybe we won't be able to offer the CaaS everywhere in the United States. But for Canada, Quebec and the rest of Canada, because there's only two difference here, we have a one-sheet retainer ready. So legally speaking, we have to call it a retainer for one of our consultants. But for us, it's a CaaS, which is a consulting or a coaching or a training, agility as a service, on-demand expertise. So I'm really glad that this is a popular, especially as I said, for the finance people, because they see this save costs and efficiency of getting out easy with us, or us getting out of there if we aren't really pleased to work together. So that's really important. So that's great. That's great. A lot of involvement at first, but it's really clear. Everything is clear. We know what we have to do. We have deliverable, we have non-deliverable, and we have a fixed time box. So finally, the CaaS, it's inspired by my 25 years of practicing Scrum at all levels of the enterprise. And now, as a service again, because we do believe that when people ask me, what do you do? I actually answer them by questioning them, what can I do to help you? What can I do to be at your services? Simple, isn't it? And it's truly simple to apply as well. So this one, it's a novelty that we think in our year 9, we think a lot about it. We brainstorm, we vision board it, we map it. And now, after we map it, we consolidate it, and we're ready to serve. We're ready to have the Agile Lounge AI as a service. And I forget to translate it. Sorry, my dear fellow Anglophone. I was sure, because everything is in English, enterprise as a service, I thought that the AI for enterprise was not necessary, because in French we have to put the for, which is pour. As you see, it's not pour. So really sorry about that. We make mistake because, it's part of the agility process. The agility mindset is just enough. It's not perfection. We're going to improve. And next year in my keynote, I promise, I will make sure that if it's in English. So anyways, this services, we're going to offer it the same way we do the consulting and coaching agility as a service, but for any specific enterprise AI. And for that, I would like now to introduce Adrienne. And a little story about Adrienne, if you don't mind. You see, that's a really beautiful ladybug, and it's purple. One of the thing that we learned from the ladybug is they are this insect, this carnivore insect with a lot of resilience. And I loved it a lot. When I create one of my other company that we won't talk here necessarily tonight, which is AFJ Solutions, back in 2009, we choose also this ladybug. Because the ladybug, not only she had resilience. Yes, I said she is not it for me, but you'll see why later. It's really important because when you understand the characteristic, the feature of this amazing insect that I love so much, I really love it. Because she helped me maintain my plant because I don't have the green thumb, and these little bug help me keeping my garden in order. Because it's a kind of a natural insecticide. They're carnivores, so they eat everything else into your plants. They work hard. They work day and night. And they're amazingly calm, beautiful. They fly, they crawl, they walk. I love them. And most of them are kind of an orange. And you know me, I'm an orange freak. So, telling you that, and the little story before I go deep into the two Adrienne that we're going to present right now today. One is in progress still. The other one, we launch it. So AI as a service will be part as this transition services, professional services that we do from the Agile Lounge, Business Agility, Enterprise Agility, Enterprise SCRUM. But with the AI power of all, we combine the human and robotic automation collaboration together. Because whether you like it or not, whether you are futurist or anything else, this AI thing, it's there to stay. A lot of people back in, really, I really feel I'm here in the present. I'm present with you in 2025 Gregorian calendar. Soon 2026. Sooner than you think 2030. But I feel like in 1993, when people, and I've always been, if I'm not the innovator myself, I'm the early adopter or I'm the beta tester of my friends and colleagues that are innovator. So I'm always in a realm, circle, and network of people like this. I like to surround myself with people so much smarter and better than me and be their guinea pig into anything they created. And they do the same for me when I'm the creator. And we call ourselves the co-creator. So I feel like in 93, 95, of course I was busy back then organizing rave and making money tons of money with rave and DJs and event and party. And still doing my first bachelor, I think, or I was in college, but even back then. And everybody was talking, and I was already on BBS for those old enough to remember those internet with a modem T3000 of 56. Was it Key B or something like this? It was not even like 14.4 or 28.8. I have all of these from 90, 91 to 2000, 2001. I think Manuel, one of our colleagues, Manuel back then in 1998, that was so amazing. He came up to our terrace saying, I'm going to beat all of you. I didn't have my first iMac yet. I had my first iMac when I became Scrum Master in 1999. My beautiful, this iMac orange with an include and then caps modem 56.6. So Manuel with his Future Shop 56.6 was beating all of us, who most of us had modem of 14.4 or 28.8. He came to the terrace with beer and said, I'm going to beat you all. And said, yeah, you know what? I order my iMac. I'm going to beat you too. So in 1998-99, we were the only two and all of our friends to be the fastest with the internet, with this dial-up stuff still of the 56.6. I'm telling you that because I feel the kind of the same energy of the internet is there. The internet? No. The web, the e-commerce, the .com. Everybody back then, from 1996 all the way to the bubble burst, were actually putting .com to the name of their business. What do we do today since 2023? Everybody is investing in microchips, server park, energy retention or energy rehabilitation. And I'm a little bit sad about this because I thought the blockchain will be the innovation of the century. I mean the 21st century. I still believe it's the protocol of blockchain, not just because of the creation of Bitcoin and the B money, so there to my decentralized way of thinking and doing. But still, so AI blockchain for me with this digital identity that we're going to have to protect to make sure it's decentralized, will have to merge at some point in the next 3-4 years. And count on me as an entrepreneur, as an agent of social transformation and political transformation to be at the forefront of it. And by the way, it's under Alexandre Frédéric Joly, not under the Agile Lounge that I'm speaking with and for tonight. So the story of Adrienne. Everybody, or most of my audience knows about Claude from Anthropic. And I've been using Claude from Anthropic for 2 reasons. It was my father's first name, my late father's first name, who left us in 2011. And I said to myself, this is great because, and I'm not having the Elisa effect. Please, don't worry, I don't have the Elisa effect. But that was nice to use this LLM and this chatbot to start creating things. And I realized that Anthropic did a great job for professionals like me. And that's why we have even our first analyzer of agile maturity within their network with very easy Python coding that even myself, who had just used PHP Symfony in my life as coding and some HTML, of course, that was easy for me to prompt engineering and white code this thing to create what I showed you earlier. And when I had a meeting about our startup, and I hope that our startup, Adrienne, this is why I said to the guys, we should diversify this AI venture. It should not be just a chatbot. It should not be just a Gen AI. It should not be just an app. It should be also an agency. And we should do professional services such as the AI as a service for enterprise AI to help people use it, adopt it. Because I think we should not do the mistake of agility of Agile. Because the adoption of Agile, these fake Agile transformation, that was in fact a business transformation, a digital transformation. And do you know that still now, in 2025, just in my province of Quebec in Canada, is more than 90 to 88% of the companies of all size that truly need a digital transformation. They don't need this agile transformation. Of course, business agility, agile management, agile leadership, agile software development, or system engineering with SCRUM and with Kanban will help the company a lot to adapt it. No doubt about it. But there's no agile transformation. I raise my case. So Claude was my father's name, and my team knew it. And McAllister at the board meeting, because we wanted to have a name. We had the name for our network, for our hardware, our machine, our server room. That was Tenet. Because we used this Greek, is it Greek? I don't remember, but Tenet is kind of the mirror thing, you know? Because we want everything that will be mirror and transparent for everyone, even our user. So Tenet Network was created by the engineer department of our startup. And when I said, like, you know, guys, since 2020, 95% of the AI startup fell because they were concentrate only on this deep learning LLM and proposing apps that will answer stuff that, unfortunately, the deployment with the support of Microsoft, the support of Amazon, Google, at some point, even if it's an open source data mine. I mean, everybody is using Zapier, Gemini, especially ChatGPT. ChatGPT is becoming the kind of this Microsoft Windows for AI, if you want. They do a great thing at OpenAI, but I mean, so I said, guys, we should not do just that. We should not just be another Claude. And when I said that, he said, oh, by the way, Claude is your father's name, right? And you're a sucker of using it. You have your professional subscription with Claude. I said, yes. And you like to learn. You even asked me some help in scripting Python because you'd like to develop more with Claude. I said, yes. He said, like, so what was your mother's name? My mother? She was Adrienne. And the other guy in our team, Hernando, he says, oh, Adrienne, like in Rocky, you know? And they are laughing and everything. I said, okay, that's it. He says our part of a app, the Gen AI app, will be called Adrienne. And then after I said, let's be consistent. The agency to offer professional services in AI adoption and to enterprise of every team will be also the Adrienne agency. So that's the little story, a long short story. I know I'm on fire this Saturday because I spend and unscripted like this, but this is it now. This is on the internet. Everybody knows for sure. That's the story. That's what I'm saying for this year long. So 2025 is amazing for me. It's the 9 year, but it's the 10 year with new beginning. And I could honor because I'm an orphan. Both my parents are passed away. So I'm more than happy to be, yes, a user of Anthropic, that I love these guys. I met with them in the United States. They help us also because it's really open. It's no competition. And for me, as I'm not the technologist here, I will concentrate on this agency to offer great training, great adoption for people to actually gain benefit of this AI collaboration that a human could do. And this is why also my team and I, even if we have some reserve with the new funding from the Gates Foundation, but I don't want to get too much political in this presentation tonight, but still, Professor Benjo, if you catch it, I understand you need money, but there's other way to raise money as we're rising for Adrienne. But still, the principle of the law zero and the 3 law of the robotic of Asimov, we believe in it, and the way we are building our machine, our robotic with subvention. And I can't wait to have some collaboration with some other people of the enterprise SCRUM family, who was really based on the physics and the quantic thing to develop something very objective and very safe for humanity and everything. So Adrienne AI agency is the one that we're going to provide concrete support and professional services, including the workshop, everything we did for years and years with business improvement and with business agility adaptation. We're going to do it now for enterprise AI adaptation, including even the very specific, because for more than 8 years, I'm a gold partner of Atlassian. Atlassian, for those who don't know, it's the Jira that you use. You use Jira, you use Confluence, but here it is. They have their own Atlassian Intelligence. It's not the Rovo little thing and the chatbot. That's a chatbot. No, I'm talking about the Atlassian Intelligence. We have a consultant here that will be able to help your Atlassian admin to build on it, to use it as its full capacity, to create automation for your development teams and your designer teams and even your product management team. And you could kiss goodbye Microsoft Dynamic, let's call it a SharePoint, because the power of Atlassian Intelligence, when we give you an assessment and a proper training and the proper template that will evolve like very fast with Atlassian and our partnership with Atlassian, it's amazing what we could do for your enterprise in terms of your documentation management, the governance of it, and the use Confluence. You have a beautiful thing at the base, but you don't use it properly. So this include all of these human factor, human principle action, and the use of these platforms within Atlassian to manage, even that will help you by the side to manage better your enterprise backlog, your product backlog, and your delivering backlog. That, at Agile Lounge, we love to call valueless, because you propose value and you'd like to do value creation very fast. Mr. Faze or Mick Douglas, I think it is. I don't see the name fun. I say hello to you. Nice to see you again, and I'm really wondering who you are. Have we met in real life? Tell me in the chat just yes or no. But you seem to follow me for a couple of times now, and really appreciate you. And I don't know if you're the one who sent me some coffee through the whatchamacallit. Anyways, tonight is not a podcast. I'm sorry, I'm postcasting right now. It should be a presentation of my young company. But anyways, I say hello to you because I'm authentic, and that's it. So next, on this Adrienne AI agency that we're going to also offer you. So how could we be at your services with this enterprise AI within our Adrienne AI agency? It's the augmented Scrum team, of course. Augmented your Scrum team capability using AI. We have 3 consultants, Jonathan, Anna, and myself. We are certified of Scrum with AI and AI leadership with specific, we learn in those training, because certification is one thing, but we had like an enhanced training of everything that we already knew or do. But it's always nice to improve yourself and improve your professional realm of knowledge and how to implement it. So whether we are certified or not is not the point. That's important is that the thing that we practice it with most of our team internally, and we try it with our client. And every time human resources says should we put it into the job request? I said yes and no. What you could say though, is your Scrum Master you'd like to hire or your product owner that you'd like to hire are they versed enough and to learn to use those tools? Because you could say, do you know how to use Jira? What is your maturity or your level of using Jira or Confluence? Now it's going to be the same thing with any AI tool that we're going to help you implement or use within the actual tool, because every tool now has an AI driven thing. But don't mistake the chatbot with an agent that could really do something with you. What we talk here with Atlassian Intelligence and Augmented Scrum by AI, or with AI, should I say, it's truly the creation of agent and having a virtual team member or having a great governance, which is advanced enterprise AI training that will include and the knowledge management KMB for short, plus governance, risk, and compliance and ethic with AI. So all of these, whether you choose to have our services of Atlassian Intelligence or Augmented Scrum by AI, you're going to learn stuff from these other, could be standalone services or all at once within our AI as a service for enterprise. But truly, there's so much thing that Scrum Master need to know now with all of those tools. So it's one thing to be able to create tickets and to create Scrum board and through Jira. But now, with the more and more demanding and adaptation of the fast and pace of things, I think the Scrum Master and the product owner could benefit from our workshop, from our support and coaching, doing these advanced enterprise AI training, augmented your Scrum team with an AI. And by the way, the other part of Adrienne that I'm going to show you right after, it could be your product owner assistant. It could be your Scrum Master assistant. And you could maximize, we talked earlier in business agility, to return to blue ocean, you could cut your CAC, your customer acquisition costs. Now you could cut, I'm not talking about cutting a job, but let's be frank. You could save money on workforce if they could be faster, because right now that's what we see at the scale. So by the next 5 years, instead of the regular ratio to provide quality and supporting team, and I'm talking about beginner team all the way up to advanced team. So if a Scrum Master have 4 teams, which is 1 beginner, 2 average, and 1 advanced, he will provide quality. She will provide quality. And the PO is always 1 backlog, 1 PO, 1 streamline of delivery. Okay, so now you could do more. The coding is changing. That's why we also offer with our specialists some vibe coding, mostly within PHP and Python and some others. But vibe coding, it's something that we still reflect on. There's still ethical aspect of it, but it's there. It's there. So if you cannot beat them, join them, sort of. But it's more than that. We would like to be there for you and to co-create with you something like this. So the Adrienne AI agency will offer mainly those services, or you could take our bridge services from the Agile Lounge. But anyway, right now, Agile Lounge and Adrienne AI agency, it's all part of the group company AFJ Solutions Incorporated. So you contract AFJ Solutions Incorporated with a specific business unit for your needs. And of course, your GRC, whether you're an SRE company or not, we're going to help you also to improve and to create policy on how to use all of those AI augmented stuff and software that you have. So that brings me, I knew it in English is going to be longer because it's so easier for me to explain my vision in English, even if I'm a francophone. That's the amazing part. So I'm still waiting for Don to tell me in a chat if I know you in person. I'm not asking you to reveal your true identity. Just remind me, because your last name, McDouglas, remind me someone. And we work with a McAllister. Do you know McAllister? I don't know. Are you Irish or Scottish? I'm from Point St. Charles, my friend. All right, Adrienne app 2026. Yes. Yes, I know. It's incremental and Scrum. Do Scrum. We do Scrum. But nevertheless, we are still thinking of our SaaS company and development. And we test it, and we raise money, and that's why the agency is making us money right now, whether it's the training that people jump on it, as I told you, Phoenix, Austin, Montreal, soon New York. Apparently I has request for New York. So that's most of the money that we make with those training of advanced prompting and AI enterprise services that goes into the building of this app. Because this app, it's not your, as I said, it's not your general Gen I, create me an image, create me a graph, and this and that. No. Our Tenet network, it's empowering Adrienne as your product owner, as your Scrum Master. And yes, I know, I hear people, oh my goodness, you're going to help company reduce the cost of labor and workforce. Yes and no. I'm a capitalist. Some people even call me an anarcho-capitalist. And at the end of the day, I suffer, we suffer, you suffer, and we can't stop progress. As I was saying earlier, because I know sometimes I pitching like this, I really feel it's 1993, 1996 all over again. A lot of people will be part of this burst, the bubble burst that's coming. Will it be exactly a reflect of the dot-com crisis of 2000 and 2026, 2027 or not? I think, looking at the trend, it will be likely like this. But this is why for us, the Adrienne app and the Adrienne agency, it's all in one together. And when we do the improvement of augmented Scrum, augmented business agility, AI as a service, and enterprise AI, our SaaS, for those who don't know, my audience should be technical enough, but SaaS is software as a service. We will be able to create agent that will not necessarily replace or help you be cost efficiency in your labor. No, that's not the value-based point. The value-based point here is Adrienne could be the assistant of your product owner and the Scrum Master. That could actually cut. For the product owner, the good news is, whatever it's her or his background as a business analysis, project manager, business owner himself, creator of a product himself, whatever, he'll be able to cut, like we do with Agile Intelligence. Instead of hiring 3 business analysts using Sage or Snowflake to do our data analysis at $90 an hour, the PO will be able to refine his backlog using both Atlassian Intelligence, if you use the Atlassian product, or any other product that will be able to automate and to reorganize his or her backlog. Product backlog here we talk like. The thing that you have to make sprint ready, right? So this is what we're going to offer, because we are agreeing with the Law Zero principle. AI should be in perfect harmony with humanity. AI should be not necessarily as an entity with agency, but it should be an entity that we understand that it's only a tool, like a computer. Even if some days in the near future, and when I say near future in my case, I'm talking about 2030, but maybe that will be soon enough. But for us, the agency, it's something that it's human with our free will, if you believe it or not. It's not the case. But when we say Adrienne as a PO or a Scrum Master, it's shocking at first. But see it as your truly assistant. And she could be also kind of a virtual team member, especially in Scrum and Kanban team, to actually help you speed some process, to help you refine things, and to help you be a better human, a better objective human. Because one of our challenge when we are, and even like 2 of our clients out of 5 right now, they struggle with this. It's the transparent information and communication, and the who decide, and the 2 bottlenecks are often around these things: communication, organization, decision making, and then it will affect the testing process, the quality process, and this backlog management. And we see tremendous new effort, less effort from POs when they use an assistant, especially with the Scrum training and the open scale training that we bring up, to make sure that they use the tool to maximize it, to get ready faster. And when I said ready here, not just talking about the sprint ready if you use the Scrum flow system. So for the PO, it's a great asset. And this is, and as we all are 20 years old, 25 years old Scrum practitioner, and engineer, we would like to create this Adrienne mostly for that purpose. She will do business agility, business leadership. She will help the entire enterprise as an app. But our first iteration will be to be the assistant, the virtual assistant of the PO, that will be able to cut his costs and not having to struggle with the capacity of any architect or any functional analysis or whatever, with close data access and pattern to protect the information of your company. And the PO will be able to use Adrienne with any other plugged in, whether in the Microsoft Copilot environment or with the Agile Intelligence, to make better refinement of the backlog along with Adrienne, and then after having the brain of the team, the Scrum team, to help him or her having something to, but it's going to be a better readiness and a better interaction for the PO having an Adrienne as an assistant. So we will not cut necessarily the PO in our approach, even if some of our consultancy in the last 2 years did it. But that is the problem of the business owner who says they just see money. Some people see the only two KPIs of a CAC and the effectiveness of the labor force. But where do you know? So that's could be a risk. It could be part of the risk assessment for your team. As for the Scrum Master, though, Adrienne, as your Scrum Master, is more like to have help this communication process, this testing process, this sprint readiness process. This is what we see. Every pinpoint in the Agile assessment or the Agile adoption way of delivering goods and delivering a workable software or a workable product or solution, whatever you work on. I think the Scrum Master will be able to spend less time in doing himself or herself data analysis, because our Adrienne will be able to make these reports for them and also propose novelty at every stage of any events. Yes, we still call it events in English, not meeting, as my late mentor wanted to become back. But anyways, so, and he will be able to have his assistant into the process. Because remember, again, the product owner is the product success leader. He's in charge of maintaining a great value list of things ready to be produced in the sprint. And for the Scrum Master, he's the guardian of the process. It's for the process success. And now, whether his level or her level, he'll be able to use Adrienne to perfect his way into these type of ceremony. This is actually, it's not the Scrum Master we're going to cut. We're going to make the Scrum Master more efficient, and the Scrum Master won't need an Agile coach. So Agile coach out there, you should be scared as hell, because everything you do as an Agile coach, like even myself as a consultant when I go to a company, whether they have a Scrum Master or not, the thing is, we're going to teach what? Do you have a definition of that? Do you have a sprint readiness? Do you have capacity management? How do you calculate your velocity internally for the team, not for the others, you know? So all of these things of a consultant, of a coach to help Scrum Master will be able to be done through our Adrienne. This is why we're going to call it Ask Adrienne, your coach. So, and using my knowledge and the knowledge of my 6 other coaches through Adrienne as not your Scrum Master, because you still need your Scrum Master, but this Scrum Master will be able to have maybe concentrate on training, workshop, and improving and coaching the POs, while also using AI for redundant tasks, such as reporting, such as and having like a feed of information that could be shared with the team. And in that case, the ratio I talked to you about 4 teams for good quality of Scrum Master dynamic, they will be able to go up to 6. Of course, you could reduce the presence. You will reduce for sure the presence and the need of on the long term or mid-term within the next 2 years. If Adrienne goes well and if the Scrum Master know how to use her, then you could cut any of your consultancy fees. So maybe I put myself in the foot, but I don't care because this is the transition year for us. From the orange Agile Lounge to the purple Adrienne, and we'll be able to deploy it and help you and integrate it into your company to maximize the work, especially if you use Scrum. If you don't use Scrum, that's not a problem. We're going to do other things like supporting teams and augmented agility with AI, or creating smart dashboard. And we still don't know with who we're going to work. Most of my team seems to have better experience with Sage, but we're going to have to do market analysis to that. So anyways, that's why the app is not ready now. We have to look at the legal and access to any data, and how we also have closed data versus open public data and everything. So this is the keep going, but mainly that will be, don't see it necessarily as services, but feature and application within the application that we'll be able to implement. And it's enterprise-wise. We might do, of course, Adrienne AI, because in our portfolio you have 3 things: the agency, the app, the enterprise app, to help your Scrum team and your business leader to make stuff with your other tools to improve them. And of course, you're gonna have these this general app on your iPhone or Android to do everything that Claude and Zapier, Gemini do to generate revenue and attraction. And this will probably be launched before this one, because this one it's a professional enterprise services mostly. All right. So anyways, if you have any questions, you could still tap in the comment below, whether you're looking at it on LinkedIn or YouTube. It's going to be also on Rumble, but later. And now I don't know because it's more than an hour, but we'll see. Anyways. So what have we seen tonight for our 10th years of the Agile Lounge? As you could see here, I don't know if you can point. No, I cannot. Okay. Do we have it? No. Okay. So 2026, because we already, for us, as I said, September 1st was the beginning of our fiscal years, which is 2026 for us. So Agile Lounge is morphing into Adrienne. That's the get-go. That's the onward from 2026 for us. Agile Intelligence, artificial intelligence as a service, especially for enterprise. Consulting, coaching, agility as a service. That will be our 3 main offer moving forward. And as I mentioned, we still have our great workshop. And one more thing, Eventi. Eventi, it's my old way of creating dance, electronic music and rave, and also corporate event, and also everything that I did with Modos and Booza production and Montreal 514 production and Solas and everything. I'm still having the user group with Scrum Alliance of Scrum Beer, Montreal. It's going to be a subscription base now. The Fuck Up Scrum will be a standalone event, kind of an open retrospective for Scrum Master, Product Owner to come and share. So we're going to open up to more network of ours. We already do Montreal and Austin. It's going to be Toronto, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Vancouver in Canada, and in the United States, we're going to go back to Phoenix. We're going to, or probably Glendale, I don't know. You'll tell me, guys, if where you go, but Phoenix is the major city there. We're going to do this also in Miami. So Fuck Up Scrum is going to spending. So it's going to be Fuck Up Scrum Montreal, Fuck Up Scrum Ottawa. So it's going to be like a standalone event inspired by the Fuck Up Night, Mexico. And yeah, so, and if you speak Spanish, you'd like to do some kind of these open retrospective based on the same principle of what the entrepreneur gathered together at Fuck Up Night. But we do it specifically for Scrum Master, Product Owner, or any developer that'd like to talk about their pain and their failure using the Scrum system and how the community could help you improve. So I'm going to focus mostly on the fuck up Scrum because now it's expendable in too many cities. Scrum Beer, I think it's been enough for these couple of years. So that's why now it's going to be a subscription base. And it's more like it's going to be more networking than with team. If you're on a team, it's going to be the fuck up Scrum. And of course, we're going to do Scrum AI. We don't have a name yet. But the proposal from our community, from the Scrum Beer and the some Agile location that we do network with, according to the survey we did last year and also this summer, they want to have a Scrum with AI type of user group. And I'm going to talk also with Scrum Alliance if they still want to, because right now Scrum Alliance is financing the advertising and the promotion and some kind of a for any certified people within the Scrum Alliance, which is the CSM, the CSP, the CSPO, and all of this. You could maintain your SDU, which is a Scrum, SU, whatever. It's Scrum Education Unit, SEU, something like this. Who cares? You know me. So most of my friends are anti-Agile Alliance and anti-Scrum Alliance. I'm not anti anything. It's my family since 2006. It was created by the same guy who created Scrum Org, anyway, with the PSM. So anyways, so the benefit is still being in the network. And by the way, our association with Scrum Alliance for the Agile Lounge will end in 2026. And if we do more AI stuff, but still with business agility and the Scrum way, so I don't know if we're going to maintain this partnership with Scrum Alliance. It's something to see. But anyways, for now it's there. And it's under my brand Eventy that organize those events. And we should do a lounge event in Montreal, a test for kind of the survey says, should we do a kind of a vibe coding, like the hackathon, but with vibe coding, or a prompt town, promptathon or whatever, people doing prompt with different AI and but concentrate on the Scrum thing or whatever. So there's a need to do some kind of an activity, but a practical activity in public using AI with agility or Scrum, whatever. So that's going to be this. And another thing, the Real Agile is there to stay. We're going to start the 6th season. If you're watching it on Rumble and YouTube, that's the place for the video to subscribe. Otherwise, in the description of this video on YouTube and Rumble, you have all the link to follow us on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I'm on 36 platforms. Choose your drugs. Choose what you're going to put in your pocket and do your jogging with us every last Friday of the month, except for this month because we do that show. So we didn't do any yesterday. We maximize our time. So the Real Agile in English only from now on, about business agility and enterprise Scrum mainly, with subject that is related to innovation, using that leadership, that conscious agility as well. And the AFJ podcast will be bilingual with the specific program that we started a year ago. So it's going to be the 2nd season of Un Café avec Frédéric in French under the banner of AFJ Podcasts. And that's going to be a monthly thing that we hope to have guests. And it's about, yes, all of that, of the above of the Real Agile, plus entrepreneurship, plus business, plus some sort of politics sometimes that touch us, like when we see the government body and the public-private partnership coming in with the globalization, with centralized, decentralized, and stuff like this, the blockchain, the cryptocurrency. So AFJ podcasts, bilingual, Un Café avec Frédéric specifically in French, and the Real Agile will concentrate on the business agility and enterprise Scrum and stuff like this. So this is it. That's it. Is it? Is there another one? Oh, yes. Tell me your story. So you have about 1 minute till I'm closing to scan this. You could choose the way you contact me and you bridge with me and my team also. You have the Agile Lounge website, the Joliaf website. You have the LinkedIn of our company. You have my personal LinkedIn. You could add me into your iPhone. I don't know about Google, the phone, or the Pixel phone and the Android, how it's worked. But if you could have this V card, maybe, I don't know. But you scan this, you choose how to contact me, you choose where to subscribe. I hope you're going to become our 5,000 listener on across platform, because we don't pay to have a specific, but apparently across all the audio platform, we have 5,000 subscribers that follow the Dairy Agile podcast. But the Dairy Agile podcast will be also the home of the AFJ podcast. And we just hit today 1150,000, actually. I should say 1100. You English people, I don't get it. So anyways, it's 1,150 subscriber that we reach on this beautiful YouTube channel that we also streaming right now. So this is it. For those who'd like to add me on WhatsApp, right now I'm using my Canadian phone number. And it's a professional WhatsApp. It's not a personal one. And soon, if I move to the States or to the Mexico, probably most likely, we're gonna tell you how to reach me. But anyways, it's a pleasure. Anyways, I will still keep my Canadian link. Let's call it like this. So the 2 minutes is done. Are we done yet? Yes, live soon. No, we are. We are now. Really thankful that you are still here at the end of this presentation. There's more people watching, according to our board, on both probably LinkedIn and YouTube tonight on this Saturday, the 27th of September. And I hope you're going to join us into this new era that begins with the purple overthrowing the orange, which is Adrienne overthrowing Agile Lounge, slowly but surely, iteratively, empirically. So I am Alexandre Frédéric Joly, the founder, co-creator of Adrienne Agency for your needs of professional services, Adrienne app, very soon coming for enterprise, and of course the other Adrienne app. So watch for it this year. We're going to launch it with pleasure. And if you'd like to become an investor, contact me. You could have a great return. And we're going to talk about the portfolio. So thank you very much for your attention. I don't know if Mr. Faze Douglas is still there, but I salute you. Thank you for being there again. And about the 20 other people who are listening, we don't do a Q&A unless you jump right now in the chat. I know there's a 30 seconds, so I'm going to wait another 30 seconds. Otherwise, at 9:30 Eastern Time, I'm going to close the show. 9:31 now, effectively. So I hope you liked it, and you could still watch it on our website, YouTube, LinkedIn page, the Agile Lounge by AFJ on LinkedIn, and soon available on Rumble. So nothing, no goodbye. So I bid you goodbye, and I wish you a beautiful weekend and a beautiful year for anyone who is a Virgo or a Balance. I don't believe in astrology, but I like to piss off some of my audience who wrote me in private that I should shut up with it. I won't. Because if you tell me not to do something, I'll do it. So it's forbidden to forbid. Take care. Be decentralized. Be you. Do you. And remember who you truly are. You are wonderful. You are powerful. And your power resides in what? In being whoever you want it to be. And doing anything you want it to do. But in respect of one another. Scrum on, guys.